come up sadly to the very first year without our monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, after 70 years with us on the throne. Obviously, many interesting ways are being looked at to make sure that her legacy lives on. And when you think about it, as I've often said here on the show, it must be very difficult for senior members of the British monarchy to return back to Balmoral for the very first time without such a presence. There she was, ready to greet you at the door personally. You know, she was really excited, like so many of us are at the start of our holidays. Got quite depressed, apparently. No, I don't mean depressed, but, you know, fed up really at the end of the holidays, because of course it meant coming back to London. And obviously she found a freedom up there in Balmoral. Now, as we know, the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, couldn't find apparently a space in Trafalgar Square to celebrate the life of our wonderful monarch, even though he'd exploited that association on numerous occasions, standing next to her and making sure he was right, left and centre in all the publicity shots. But now what's interesting is, as the debate rolls on about certain statues that may or may not be placed over London, there's a new development, and it's what I wanted to share with you, because I think truly many of us who watch this channel here, literally with me, hopefully, on a daily basis, will agree with. You see, when you look at Her Majesty the Queen, she really was a force of nature, a force of her own. We didn't know too much about her. She kept her distance, very respectful, apolitical, all of that sort of stuff. But there was one person that was by her side throughout all of that very long journey. His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip. Now, whether you liked Philip or not, and I was a huge fan, I loved the fact that he was unfiltered, as they say in today's modern society, said what he thought, and really just kind of, you know, well, that's it. Spurted it out, didn't really care. But he spoke for many people across the United Kingdom and no doubt the Commonwealth. He had common sense. I loved when he was interviewed towards the end of his life, and he said, look, I'm not too bothered whether they remember me or not. But what I do like, the fact is that we put Windsor back on the map, and we've done the gardens up, and people will enjoy them for many years. Very much a selfless man, actually, when you think about it. But now, according to a very well-placed source, there could be the opportunity to reunite them in statue form, alongside, dare I say, a couple of corgis too. Something Prince Philip wasn't too keen on, let me tell you. But what is interesting, I think this is a wonderful idea, because they were a united twosome, a duo, that did face the world together, around the world, always together, literally by her side, little bit behind, obviously. But the bottom line is, I don't think she could have done it without him, and he certainly could have done it without her. And when you saw them together, you always thought of them as two, did you not? The Queen somehow looked a little bit lost on occasions, I felt, when she was alone, always looking to see where that rock was. And I think a statue together in a very prominent position, possibly maybe more than one statue, maybe one up in her beloved Scotland too, could do the trick that so many people require over here and across the Commonwealth, to remember two people who gave a life of service, no matter what people think, without really any problems. Now, how many people can genuinely say that? I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.